I'm going to start off this review by quoting a reader on Goodreads who said that this was 100% Kate Middleton fanfiction, and I have zero problem with that. Hello everybody and welcome back to Cuckoo for Books. Today we will be reviewing Kate Middleton fanfiction, also known as The Royal We by Heather Cox and Jessica Morgan. I may or may not be the biggest fan of the British royal family. I may or may not have locked myself in a room for 3 hours watching the royal wedding. May or may not follow like 10 royal blogs on Instagram. I may or may not have a bunch of coffee table books lying around the house. I may or may not have asked for a replica of Kate Middleton's ring for my birthday. Now you know how excited I was to read the book, because if that was me and then the book, So The Royal We takes place over about 8 years in their relationship from the time they met in Oxford till wedding night, wedding day, the wedding. There was a bit of predictability in the novel because you knew they were going to end up at the altar, ? But there's a lot of factors that happen in the novel that will lead you to doubt if they will get married, and that's the big question. Will they end up marrying, or will the pressure be too much? And that is the big question that is posed at the end of the novel. Let's just dive in straight to what I love about the book. I love how the authors effortlessly showed they're maturing from college kids, and slowly you see them, you know, working, and then Nick goes into the spoiler, Nick does his princely things and she does her own thing, and it's an amazing journey, and at the end of it I felt like I've known them for ages. One of my favorite things about the novel is that they met and fell in love in Oxford instead of St. Andrews as Will and Kate did. I spent a month there on a student abroad program thing, and so when they would describe things in the novel, like they lived in Pembroke, and I actually did have some of my classes in Pembroke, and I was like, hey, I was there, I know what you're talking about, that's so cool. And when they would go to Cornmarket Street, and I just, oh, all the Oxford memories came back. Shout out to all my Oxford classmates, hi. I love the fact that it was so grounded in reality. It was clearly fiction, but at the same time it didn't do the whole, you know how when you read books about a real life Cinderella story in modern times, but they make up fake countries, or they just make everything so outrageous that you can't believe that it's really happening. When I was reading The Royal We, it was so realistic and it wasn't too outrageous that I could fully believe that this was Kate Middleton's experience, that she thought the same things, that she went through the same experiences. I think one of the greatest highlights of the novel was the cast of characters, from the side characters to the super side characters to the main characters themselves. I loved them all. There's Lady Bollocks, Lady Beatrice Larchmont Kent Smythe, and her initials spell out Bollocks, and I think that's so smart and adorable. You've got Gaz, who's like a fat Ron Weasley, and you've got Scylla, who's the best friend, Joss, who makes weird clothes, and Clive, who's apparently like a Clark Kent reporter, and you've got Lacey, Bex's twin, and Bex and Lacey's parents, who are adorable. I love them so much. And I love Prince Freddie and his weirdly named girlfriends. That's another running gag throughout the book. I don't love Nigel, but whoever loves a Nigel in books, let's be real. Favorite side character is Queen Marta, who is the Queen Mum, and I just love every time she's mentioned in the novel, particularly where Bex is recalling a time when Queen Marta talks to her about, like, oh, we don't assume that you guys haven't had a shag. That was my bad British accent. Just imagining this like 100-year-old royal talking to a 20-year-old about her son's sexual life. There was also the time when she poked someone with a cane, and she is just one of my favorite characters in the novel, and she was not mentioned enough. I wish she was. I love Bex, the heroine. She is someone I feel like I could be best friends with. She loves marathoning TV shows. She's sporty. She's not too much into dressing up. She's just chill. She can drink like a sailor. And that is how she and Nick bonded, in fact. And she's just completely awesome, and I love her. One of the things that this book opened my eyes to is how little privacy these royals have. Like, usually I'm not the type to sympathize with the poor little rich boys who are like, oh, I have no privacy, I'm a prince and I'm a celebrity, but it's like, well, suck it up. But then you think about these people like Kate Middleton, who never really wanted it, who wanted to marry the guy and not the prince, but they get sucked into this world. Their weddings aren't their own. Can't even go out for ice cream without her protection officers calling ahead. I feel like one of the biggest things was like these people, these girls who marry into the royal family, they don't set out to become style icons, and yet that's something that's expected of them. And now I feel bad for every time I've tweeted Kate Middleton, stop recycling your outfits. I didn't realize how stifling it is to be a royal family member, and I might just think twice about setting my cap on Harry. The ending of the book had me wanting more. I knew that it was supposed to end that way, and you give the characters that kind of ending, but I still want more. Spoiler alert, I guess. I want to see Bex and Nick have their kids, and I want to see her deal with being a royal, and I want to see them take tours like Will and Kate did, and I just want more of that, and I really hope that they do make more of that. If there was one small nitpick I would have, it's that I'm pretty sure that to marry into the British royal family you have to convert to the Church of England. There was no mention of that at all in the book, but I mean, that's just me being a nerd. I mean, it has nothing to do with plot or like the characters or anything. That's just me nerding out and be like, oh, they should have this in the story. That is also one of my gripes on why I cannot marry Prince Harry. I can't convert to the Church of England. Sure, Shalva, that's the only thing standing in the way of you marrying Prince Harry. I have no words left. Definitely one of my favorite books, if not my favorite book of 2015. I never knew that I could want Kate Middleton fanfiction so bad, and this book showed me that I do love Kate Middleton fanfiction so much. I love it. I want more Kate Middleton fanfiction to pepper the bookshelves of the world. So that is it for my fangirling session over Kate Middleton fanfiction. I hope you guys enjoyed and want to read it now. And yes, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up and follow me on all the things in the thing. And I will see you guys next time. Bye from me and my Kate Middleton ring. Bye.